Okay, I'm not a speaker like April, so I'm sweating it out over there, just so you know. And I also didn't know I was going to be the only recipient. Where is April? Thank you, that was speaking. I saw my name in the book, and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to die. So, bear with me. Infertility is a word that my husband and I have learned to hate and love. There's so many things I could tell you that we hate about infertility. The stress, the depression, the strain on relationships, the financial burden that never ends, and letdowns around every corner. Most of you know, most of you have been there, and the list could go on forever. Just once you want to hear good news. I'd spent my whole life around kids. My mom used to run an in-home daycare, so I was around children my whole life. Worked and babysat from the age of 13 until 41. Who am I kidding? I even spent my first year of school going for early childhood because I wanted to be around kids so bad. I always fantasized about being pregnant and what it would be like to grow a human inside you, and little did I know that that day would never come. 11 years of our life were spent trying to make our dream come true. 2 countries, 4 clinics, hours of pain, hundreds of shots, thousands of dollars, and a million tears shed. And the only thing we were left with was heartache and a diagnosis of unexplained infertility. And unexplained infertility to me simply means that they haven't figured it out yet. I lost myself somewhere in that dark patch of our lives. My confidence, self-worth, faith, friendships, they were all stripped from me. Every time I rode the ugly roller coaster of infertility treatments, parts of me broke along the way. I stopped caring about me. My body had failed me over and over again. I lie awake so many nights wondering what I did to deserve this, and I'm not sure that I'll ever forgive my body or stop wondering why. Recently, I've learned to love infertility. I never ever thought I would ever use love and infertility in the same sentence. Without infertility, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. My relationships with my family and friends would not have shined through. I wouldn't have met the amazing people of AGC and April and many more of you that I've met this year and be able to serve as an advocate for others and support them going through the process. My advice to those struggling is to find humor in the little things. When I had to write this speech, I had to think back, because I didn't want to be depressing, on the things that made us laugh along the way. And there was the time that I almost killed my husband because he proactively decided he thought he would be nice and wash the sheets. And he had forgotten to take out my packet of baby dust that I slept on in my pillowcase. Not really sure. I really thought that was going to help me, but it came in some package and had baby confetti in it and a nice little saying, and I was determined if I slept on that every night, it was going to help. Luckily, it survived the washer and the dryer, and my husband also survived. I also think about the time I made a coworker gag because of the smell of the Chinese herbs that I had to hold my nose and drink down every day because I was sure that was going to help me get pregnant. The countless rounds of acupuncture and the sad reality of the most relaxing part of my day was spent with needles stuck in me. The endless cups of fertility that I drank, and my favorite was traveling to Canada for an IVF cycle because it was cheaper and more affordable. I'm guessing that the lack of anesthesia that they didn't use was the reason that it was much cheaper. Don't give up. You might feel you have nothing left to give. I've been in your shoes. You might feel like the world was against you and is against you, and it's a feeling many of us completely understand. Last year, I was sitting at a table over here crying from the beginning to the end, which is really nice that you've now added tissues, by the way. After having a clinic give up on us and a doctor who truly lacked compassion and a million roadblocks in between, we came upon a clinic with an amazing physician, who's not here tonight, by the way. He's going to get heck for that. She was compassionate, she was genuine, and most importantly, had hope for us. Even though we were met with more and more challenges, she never gave up. Our dream wouldn't come true just yet. We needed additional help if we wanted the best possible outcome. And after 5 failed IUIs, 9 failed IVFs, our best chances of having a baby was with a surrogate. How do you find somebody that's willing to offer 9 months of their life and their body for you? They asked, do you have sisters? Nope, 2 brothers. Do you have any cousins that would do that for you? Nope. Amazingly enough, I was blessed when a lifelong friend of 36 years offered over 9 months of her life and her body to make our dream come true. And she's sitting right over there. Thank you, Diane. And Pete, because you had to put up with it. Never in a million years did I think I would ever find someone that would offer to do this for us, let alone she came to us and offered to do this. And her husband was fully on board. And we could never thank you guys enough. Surrogacy was yet another uncharted territory I knew nothing about. I didn't even know where to start. Let me tell you that nothing happens quick in the world of infertility. Finding and meeting with a lawyer, medical screenings, contracts, the contracts, psych evals that would test even the strongest, FDA blood work, the requirements were endless. The bills were also endless. The icing on the cake was that when we finally had been cleared, I was told that my ovarian reserve was extremely low and I would now need donor eggs. Accepting the fact that we needed donor eggs was not an easy one for me. I was devastated with the thought of never knowing what a child with our DNA would look like. Would our family accept this child as one of our own? Would we tell people? How do you choose a donor? After several weeks of soul searching and donor searching, I thought I found the one. Her baby photo looked so similar to mine, we couldn't believe it. After signing more contracts and beginning her screening, we lost this donor due to a lump they found in her breast during her screening, and her physician advised her against it. And they ended up thanking us for possibly saving her with early treatment. We had to start the painful process all over again. Donor number 2 didn't yield very many eggs, which left us with only 2 embryos to transfer to our surrogate. And sadly, we lost this pregnancy early on. Now we had devastated more than just ourselves. This is when I found the AGC scholarship program. I quickly applied and shared my miserable journey, not expecting to ever hear from anyone. I was driving with my mother one afternoon when I received a phone call from Tracy that would change our world. We were granted a scholarship that would financially allow us to try one more donor cycle. I remember asking Tracy if she was serious or if this was some type of a joke before breaking down and crying. My mom quickly followed suit. Everything from that point on fell into place. I won't say it was easy, but it was worth it. And on December 14th, 2017, we welcomed healthy, beautiful boy-girl twins that would make our dream come true. Thank you. Infertility may have broken me into a million pieces, but finding the blessings such as a wonderful doctor, a selfless, amazing friend, and the AGC scholarship and support were the glue that held me back together. Things may not have gone how we envisioned or how we ever planned that they would, but they proved to work out how they were supposed to. And after all, AGC taught me to hold on to hope, and hope never fails. And with that being said, I wanted to let the AGC group know that we're going to pay it forward, and that David and I have decided to gift embryos to another AGC couple that is struggling here tonight.
Let's go. Give it up for Jill.